Hello everyone. Tonight's bedtime story is called The Velveteen Rabbit. And I'm going to just read the blurb to you to give you a bit of understanding about what the story is. An original adaptation of Margery Williams' timeless tale about a toy rabbit who longs to be real. And it's written by Margery Williams. And she's used this story and made it her own. There was once a Velveteen Rabbit, and in the beginning he was really splendid. He was fat and bunchy, as a rabbit should be. His coat was spotted brown and white. He had real thread whiskers, and his ears were lined with pink satin. And there's a picture of him. Looks lovely. For at least 2 hours the boy loved him, and then his friends arrived for his birthday party, and in the excitement of looking at all of his new presents, the Velveteen Rabbit was forgotten. For a long time, the Velveteen Rabbit lived in the nursery toy cupboard, and no one thought very much about him. He was naturally shy, and being made of velveteen, which is really lovely soft material, some of the more expensive toys snubbed him. The mechanical toys thought they were very much more superior. They looked down on the other toys and pretended that they were real. The Velveteen Rabbit could not claim to be real. We did not know that real rabbits existed. And there he is in the toy cupboard. Not feeling very happy. Sorry, the light's shining. What is real? Asked the Velveteen Rabbit one day when he was lying beside a rocking horse on the nursery room floor. Does it mean having things that buzz inside you and a stick-out handle? Real isn't how you are made, said Rocking Horse. It's a thing that happens to you when a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you. Then you become real. There was a person called Mum who ruled the nursery. Sometimes she took no notice of the playthings lying about, and sometimes for no reason whatsoever she went swooping about like a great wind and hustled them away into cupboards. She called this tidying up, and all the playthings all hated it, especially the metal ones. The Velveteen Rabbit didn't mind it so much. Wherever he was thrown, he was always handled softly. He was actually taken a bit more care of, because I think of the way he was made. One evening when the boy was going to bed, he couldn't find the cuddly teddy that had always slept with him. His mum was in a hurry, and seeing that the toy cupboard door stood open, he reached inside, think what he might be reaching for instead. Here, she said, take your old bunny. He'd like to sleep with you. And she dragged the Velveteen Rabbit out by one ear and placed him into the boy's arms. Not the teddy, but the Velveteen Rabbit. I wondered if you predicted right. That night, and for many nights after, the Velveteen Rabbit slept in the boy's bed. At first, he found it rather uncomfortable, but the boy hugged him very tight. He rolled over on him, and sometimes he pushed him so far under the pillow that the Velveteen Rabbit could scarcely breathe. But very soon, the Velveteen Rabbit grew to like it, for the boy used to talk to him and made nice tunnels for him under the bedclothes that he said were like burrows that real rabbits lived in, and they had splendid games together. When the boy dropped off to sleep, the Velveteen Rabbit was snuggled down close under his little warm chin and dreamed with the boy's hands cuddling him all night long. That might be you with one of your favourite teddies. Soon spring came, just like it's spring now, and they spent long days together in the garden. Once, when the boy was called away suddenly to go in for dinner, the Velveteen Rabbit was left out on the lawn long after dusk, so long after it started to get dark. The boy couldn't go to sleep without the Velveteen Rabbit, and Mum had to come and look for him with a torch. You must have your old bunny, she said. Fancy all that fuss for a toy. The boy sat up in bed and stretched out his hands. You mustn't say that, said the boy. He isn't a toy, he is real. He was happy to be reunited with his Velveteen Rabbit. When the Velveteen Rabbit heard what the boy said, he was happy, for he knew what Rocking Horse had said to him was true at last. The nursery magic had happened to him, and he was a toy no longer. He was real. So he feels extremely special. And I'm wondering if there's a special toy that you go to sleep with, a special cuddly soft toy, who probably inside their little mind thinks how real they are and how special that you take care of them. So it's time now to go to sleep. Have really, really good sleep, especially after such a busy day of us doing our Mission Impossibles. And we will see you tomorrow at school. Good night.